ça va?
Oui,
Ok,
c'est vraiment
puis
le
là,
fun.
ok,
Là, puis
ouais.
là, tu...
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Prime Minister of Canada. I think what he is trying to do there was trying to demonstrate how he's gonna improve the economy, and the stairs is a metaphor for the taxpayers.
Sounds good, man. Fucking degenerate.
Yo, what up guys, welcome back to a brand new video on the goddamn internet. But I am sick and tired of these fucking SJW hardcore motherfuckers that are still complaining about fucking Donald Trump.
You know what, Leafy? You and I both. And I've been hearing a lot of people saying they are moving to Canada when Trump gets elected, which, you know, he kind of did. But there's a few reasons why that won't be the case, why you won't be moving to Canada. And, you know, I'll leave it to someone else to let you know the first reason.
So we got Vancouver and Toronto, the only two cities you're thinking of living in, and you got to get sponsored. Okay, you need a business to make sure you're going to go there. In other words, you're not going to move to Canada, so stop your lying.
And the other reason, of course, is that Justin Trudeau, our Prime Minister, is quite a joke, and I would kill, not literally, but I would love to have someone more like Donald Trump running our country. You guys have it good, man. Oh, and on top of that, I don't think you guys could handle living in Canada.
Canada! It was a frozen, hostile wasteland. And there was much work to be done if we were to survive the elements. After boring a hole through the ice to find food, my good friend Nantuck and I would build an igloo to protect ourselves from polar bears.
But Justin Trudeau here was born and raised in Ottawa, which is the capital of Canada. And he and his father both believed that Alberta is the problem with Canada. And Alberta, they have their oil, or at least they had their oil. Now it's tanked down in price and the economy's been screwed all to hell. But anyways, if you don't believe me on the whole Justin Trudeau being anti-Albertan, there's a couple of clips that basically prove it. Here's the first one.
Regardez, le Canada fait dur maintenant parce que c'est des Albertains qui contrôlent notre agenda communautaire et socio-démocratique. Ça marche pas.
Est-ce que le Canada est mieux servi quand il y a plus de Québécois au pouvoir que quand il y a plus d'Albertains au pouvoir?
Ben, je suis libéral, alors c'est sûr que je pense que oui. Certainement, quand on regarde les grands premiers ministres du 20e siècle, les seuls qui ont vraiment tenu le coup, c'était des députés du Québec. C'était Trudeau, c'était Mulroney, c'était Chrétien, c'était Paul Martin. Alors, on a un rôle, on a ce pays, le Canada, est à nous.
So you guys are mad about Trump's Make America Great Again. Well, at least he's including all of America. Trudeau here is thinking Quebec is all of Canada. And let me show you a little diagram. This is Quebec, and this is a map of all of Canada. So yeah, apparently this little bit is all of the important areas in Canada, and everywhere else is a problem. Yep, that's who we elected. That's our Prime Minister. And if you think that's bad, well, here's a clip of him reacting to getting criticized for the carbon tax, which has destroyed many jobs. This is what he had to say in retaliation.
Dave Platt says that recent government policies like Bill 6 and the carbon tax contributed to the decision to close their operations. So with yet more proof that carbon taxes kill jobs, will this government please reconsider its ideological determination to impose a job-killing carbon tax on Alberta?
Prime Minister.
Take this opportunity to remind the member opposite that he is actually still in Ottawa and not in Alberta yet.
you're not even in Alberta right now. Oh, shut the fuck up. This is the idiocy we freaking allowed into office here. And the real big freaking kicker is that he has his people there freaking having a circle jerk over there when he makes this stupid comment. All of them applaud loudly.
Now, whether it's here or Alberta, I'll always fight for people's interests, Mr. Speaker.
Unlike the Prime Minister, I just love that comment. That is great. That guy knows what's up. Well, of course, that's not all, folks. Now, interestingly enough, Fidel Castro passed away recently, and in case you don't know Fidel Castro, he was the leader of Cuba for 47 years. And from numerous sources, he was apparently a tyrant, and he had numerous human rights violations. So what did our Prime Minister have to say about him with his eulogy? Well, in fact, he said this: "It is with deep sorrow that I learned today of the death of Cuba's longest-serving president. Fidel Castro was a larger-than-life leader who served his people for almost half a century. A legendary, revolutionary, and orator, Mr. Castro made significant improvements to the education and healthcare of his island nation. While a controversial figure, both Mr. Castro's supporters and detractors recognize his tremendous dedication and love for the Cuban people, who had deep and lasting affection for El Comandante. I know my father was very proud to call him a friend, and I had the opportunity to meet Fidel when my father passed away. It was also a real honor to meet his 3 sons and his brother, President Raul Castro, during my recent visit to Cuba. On behalf of all Canadians, Sophie and I offer our deepest condolences to the family, friends, and many supporters of Mr. Castro. We join the people of Cuba today in mourning the loss of this remarkable leader." So he just brushes on the controversies of Fidel Castro. Like, if you think you have it bad in America, you don't know what happens in freaking Cuba. Anyways, Fidel Castro, among many other things, apparently he believed it was all right to remove freedoms from certain individuals for the sake of the entirety of the population. And if you're American, you probably don't agree with that, because freedom, fuck yeah, freedom. But yeah, anyways, that's what Trudeau had to say about Fidel Castro. Castro was actually a pallbearer at Pierre Trudeau's funeral, and Pierre Trudeau was apparently friends with him. So that's kind of interesting, I guess. But now Canada's kind of the laughingstock of the world at the moment because of these comments. And Trudeau tried to backpedal on this, but he kind of failed a little bit. People aren't really buying it.
Justin Trudeau is standing by his comments. He faced a storm of criticism for focusing on Fidel Castro's achievements rather than the human rights abuses against his opponents. Yesterday, he called him a legendary revolutionary and a good friend to his father. And a short time ago, he defended that position. So Megan Roberts is on this for us this morning, and she's tracking it from our newsroom. So, Megan, what is the Prime Minister saying now?
Well, he is defending his comments. He says that he was just trying to reflect that relationship between Cuba and Canada. Some went online either to Twitter or to Facebook to talk about how they thought those comments were inappropriate. Let's take a look at one from Lisa Wright. She says Castro was not a remarkable leader. He murdered and imprisoned thousands of men, women, and children. Also, Marco Rubio, American politician, a Cuban American himself, asked if this was a real statement or a parody when he read Justin Trudeau's statement about Fidel Castro. There wasn't all criticism, however. Tom Mulcair from NDP wrote, upon the passing of Fidel Castro, let us think of the lives impacted by his actions and be hopeful for the future of the Cuban people. Now, it's also worth mentioning that this statement inspired its own hashtag, Trudeau eulogies, where people went online and imagined what Trudeau might say about other world leaders, about dictators, even about some movie villains. And that has been trending all morning. So people are still very much talking about this statement, John.
Thank you, lady. I didn't catch your name. But yeah, people have been trending the Trudeau eulogies hashtag, as she explained. For certain individuals, she didn't go in detail, but Stalin and Hitler were among them. So we're basically an international laughingstock now, thanks to Mr. Trudeau here. So that's just fine and dandy. And I'm gonna leave this with a final video.
Win, fail, OMG, cute, sorry, and yes. No, I'm not dealing with BuzzFeed right now. Fuck this. You know you're fucking cringy when you end up in a BuzzFeed video, especially if you're a politician. How does that even happen?
Fucking degenerate.
That's sad. But anyways, thank you guys for watching the video. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, even if you didn't like the video. Thank you and have a good one. Bye.
I bet Trudeau's the type to see mean tweets and DMs the tweeters to see why they don't like him. Yeah, I'm sorry, I would have liked to have DM'd you, but I just don't have time.
I've fallen and I can't get up.